Is it enough to complain about something forever, or should we do something about it? Hello everyone. I am always glad to be with you today. I will be talking about an inspiring gentleman today from my beloved country, Nigeria. Orondaam Otto, the founder of Slums to School. It's actually the hashtag is Slum to School. It's a social initiative that provides education and health services to disadvantaged children. He gave up being a doctor and a banker to follow his heart. He was posted to work in a bank through the program, the National Youth Service, which is a 1-year compulsory service that every young Nigerian has to undergo to become successful. He thought at that time, if 100 children could go to school before the end of his youth service, that would be the most fulfilling part of service for him. He took a decision. He told the bank that he would pursue his social responsibility, and if he doesn't succeed, that they could give him a query, extend his service, and that they could even decide that they don't need to pay him. He was okay with that. The bank accepted. He resigned to go to the slum. At this time, he was struggling to convince his family that he wants to do something that he loves. And at the same time, he was trying to convince himself that he was doing the right decision. His family was in the medical sector, and they believed that he needed to be in that sector too. As many of our families, we do know that they try to put us on the right track. That was the right track for them. But it was not for him. He wanted to follow his heart, and he wanted to do his social responsibility towards his country. He chose to help in the slums of the Makoko Community in Lagos. Now you might ask me, what is the Makoko Community in Lagos? Which when I lived in Lagos, and every time I visited, we'd go on a bridge and we'd look on the right or on the left side in the sea, and we'd see so many aluminium or wooden-based homes on the sea. I'm going to show you some pictures and explain. So this here is what and where the Makoko community lives. It's also known as the Venice of Africa, because people live in water and are surrounded by water. Here as well is another picture, just for it to be a bit close. Okay, the slum, which was initially just a place to fish, has grown to be a home for generations for fishermen from neighboring countries. Locals estimate that over 1 million live in these communities. So as I said, the locals estimate that over 1 million live in these communities. So you can imagine how crowded and how healthcare is scarce, and how many needs that they might have. He heard many bad things about those slums beforehand, like any of us would hear about any slums. And it reminded me really of our visit at Small World to the Sabra and Shatila camp in Lebanon, because we had the same views that in slums there are gangsters. In slums they are crooks. In slums you will find people that will steal everything from you, and all the dangers in the world, from drugs to whatever you'd imagine, is there. However, he also saw young children with lots of aspirations, children who were just like him. As a child, the only difference was that he came from a family that was able to provide the best for him. And the best is always relative. The best for you is different than the best for me. And what I'm able to do is what is different than what you're able to do. Everything is relative, as we know. So their family also provided what's best for them. They gave them all the love they can. They gave them all the care they can. But they didn't just have enough. So Otto and his friends started creating so much awareness among the communities and monitoring those kids. They wrote over 100 proposals to companies to support. He thought, I left the bank to support those children. So can you. Everyone can support. They dropped their proposals everywhere. They waited and waited, a week after another. After a month, there is nothing and no one has replied. Then the 5th week, the idea came to him that he has a network of over 300 people that he has worked with. They were with him in university and he can talk to them. On his phone alone, there were around 3,000 contacts. I do believe each one of us has so many contacts on their phone, so we can imagine that all those contacts, maybe we don't talk to all of them, but when for a good cause, you can contact them. So he thought if he could ask his friends to donate and ask their friends to donate, he might make it. He needed for 100 kids $3,000 to put them back to school for 1 year. After this, and after he contacted his community and his people and his contacts and his network, what he tried to raise over 2 months, he was able to raise in 1 week. He raised funds to put children back to school. He aimed for 100, but he was able to put 118 children to school. From starting mentorship programs to calling friends from different parts of the world to volunteer, the number of beneficiaries increased. From 118 to 200 to 500 to 1,000, the numbers kept increasing. From 2012, with around 100 volunteers, and now they have around 8,000 volunteers today. It's really astonishing how much a person can do with perseverance and lots of passion. I'm going to show you a picture before I continue. Okay, it doesn't look here. I'll try to find it. Okay, this is the picture I wanted to show you. This is a picture of a school that Otto has created, and it's really impressive. I have been so impressed with this story that I do believe that when I go to Lagos, I will be visiting that place, and I will hope to volunteer myself and maybe partner with volunteers to send to this beautiful organization that he has created. Imagine all those children out of school and then being able to find their way out and be in school again. It's very inspirational. These selfless acts are what keeps us going in our philanthropy work and keeps us wanting to do more. And what's most amazing is that they did not stop amidst the coronavirus crisis. Actually, they launched the first virtual learning classroom in Africa, and over 900 kids will be supported. And he quotes, "The future is in collaboration, not in competition," which is amazing because in philanthropy work, there is nothing called competition. We all need each other. What you can provide, another person can also provide, and they can provide something else as well. We all need each other now more than ever. So God bless every selfless soul out there. And I do believe every person can do something, and we all collectively can change the world into a better place. Now let me say hello to all of you before I go. Hello, Mama. Diana, I'm so glad that you're here today. Amr Ruhi. Hi, Ahmed. Hi, Fawzia. Fawzia, thank you, because Fawzia is the one who's always sending me those amazing stories that I always highlight. Eileen, you're the one who's beautiful inside out. Ahmed, hello. Myra, hi. Hello to all of you. I'll reply all of you after the live, and thank you all for being with us today. See you all next week. Next week, actually, we have a very important conversation with a gentleman named Russell. I will have a little video to tell you all about. And he's autistic. He's lived through autism all his life. He was able to not only get over it, but actually deal with it on a daily basis. He's helped so many autistic children and families to go through their lives and raise awareness. So I'll be with you soon, and God bless you all.